said women's issues are very important to you, and today you announced new legislation that you'd like to pass. Tell us about it.
Well, I feel very blessed. I introduced this legislation in the last Congress. Now I'm teaming up with an incredible Congresswoman Presley. This is about an issue we don't talk about enough, which is that we are the wealthiest nation on the planet Earth. We have so much promise, but we lead industrial nations in maternal mortality. And we are a nation that sees too many women die in childbirth and too many kids being born low birth weight, or tragically we lead for stillbirths as well. And so this is, and by the way, the racial disparities are outrageous. African American women are almost 4 times more likely to die in childbirth than white women. And so this is a piece of legislation that has been passionate for me, especially coming from a black and brown community where we should not tolerate this in America. And there are common sense things we should be doing. Whether it's increasing access to doulas for women of all economic backgrounds, to addressing those racial disparities, to just making sure that women get the kind of medical care in the prenatal period and the postpartum period that they need to thrive, not fail like we are right now.
You're also for the legalization of marijuana.
Yes.
So much so that you introduced a bill called the Marijuana Justice Act. Why do you think legalizing it would be beneficial to the community?
Well, we've seen the horrific realities of prohibition in our country. We saw it for alcohol. We've been seeing it for decades now with marijuana. We have had a nation that has exploded their prison populations 800% on the federal level because of this failed war on drugs, which has been a war on people. Because the folks getting arrested for marijuana are not Stanford University, where I saw a lot of pot being smoked, but those folks never had to worry about being arrested for it. We disproportionately target low-income people. We disproportionately target minorities. One of my friends, Brian Stevenson, says, you have a nation now that treats you better if you're rich and guilty than poor and innocent. Remember, in 2017, we had more marijuana arrests in America than violent crime arrests. And people now have criminal records that follow them for the rest of their lives for doing things that 2 of the last 3 presidents admitted to doing. And so if you want justice in America, we need to end this war on drugs. We need to stop treating addiction and mental health with prison and jail. And I'm tired. I get very angry when we as a country, now you see lots of states legalizing marijuana, but the justice part of my act is really important. Don't talk to me about legalization if you're not also talking to me about expunging the records of all those millions of people who've had their lives destroyed by getting a marijuana charge and now can't get a job because they have to check that box, or can't get a loan from the bank, or have trouble going on. So my Marijuana Justice Act is not just legalization. It's about expunging records, reintroducing those tax benefits we're getting to repair communities with job training and education programs. It's about a larger idea of restorative justice to get us on the right path after this failed war on drugs has been leading us in the wrong direction.